Good morning, y'all. The first thing I need you to do, just like always, is can you please go and do your attendance form? I'll give you a moment to get into Canvas and do your attendance form. While you do that, I will do my own attendance because they keep asking who's actually here and who's at home just checking in and not doing their work. Jordan's here. Ron is here. Ethan is here. Sean is here. Miguel Alvarez, right? You're here. And is it Caesar?
Here.
Yeah, I was right. Okay. Once you guys are done with attendance, today you should be able to do this assignment with basically no help. I'm happy to help if you get stuck, but this is what you're going to be doing. I have a quiz for you for a Friday, but I'm not going to put it up till Friday. For one thing, I want to go through and double check and make sure that it grades correctly. But this is what you should be doing today. If we open this up, I'm going to say period 1. That's for me just so I know which one I did. You guys can figure out how to find your annual contribution. So let's figure this out. If it costs $1,200, that should not be 12,000. That should be 1,200. No, I'll leave it at 12,000. That's fine. There's no point. It's just practicing math. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. 12,000 is your premium. Your employer pays 75%. So what percent do you pay? You guys still waking up?
$9,000?
What percentage do you pay?
Oh, 25.
Okay, thank you. So I want to see parentheses 0.25, and then that comes out as 9,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how much would you pay per month? How would you figure that out? Divided by 12. So I want to see 9,000 divided by 12 and give me an answer. And then if I have paychecks a month, 2 paychecks a month, whatever you get, divided by 2. Get you an answer. What's it called? What you pay for insurance, what is that called? Nope.
Copay?
Nope.
What do you mean by their cost?
We're talking about what you pay every month to have your insurance.
Oh, premium.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll reword that to make it more obvious for my next class. What is your cost? Should I what you pay for each month to have insurance? Does that make more sense to you guys?
Yeah.
What is no? That's confusing. What you pay each month to have insurance is called. That makes more sense to y'all? Okay, no problem, because I understand. Okay? You guys should be able to knock this kind of stuff out. You're just putting down, you're filling it out step by step. I'm going to give you a few minutes to do the first few, then we'll talk about it. Then I'm going to give you a few minutes, we'll do the next few, we'll talk about it. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. All right, guys. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, once you click on this, you should be opening this. We've already done a couple of these together. I'm going to try to make this. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for you to show me the steps. See how I've written out the 12,000 times the 25% you're going to pay, and that's 9,000 you're going to pay. Then you're going to do 9,000 divided by 12 to find out how much you're going to pay every month. Divide whatever you get there by 2 to find out how much you're paying on each paycheck. And then one of the people who came in late, whatever you pay every month, what's it called when you pay for your insurance every month just to have your insurance?
Is that premium?
Premium, good. I want to make sure that we've got this vocabulary integrated because I don't know about you, but when I turned 18 and I lived on my own, people treated me like I was stupid and still a kid, which was kind of true, but I didn't like the disrespect, and it was really confusing when I'd ask questions and they would be like, oh, well, your premium and your deductible and your copay and like, I didn't know what any of that was. So I want to make sure you know the vocab so that when you talk to people, people treat you with respect and you really understand what's going on. You guys should be able to do number 1 and number 2 with basically no help. Number 3 and number 3 will probably be pretty easy for you. Number 4 will probably need to do some stuff together. I'm going to pause the video so that the poor virtual students don't have to sit through 20 minutes of letting you guys work on stuff. Make sense? So, does anybody need me to come over and help them? I can't find my... There we go. Hey, y'all. One of your classmates just pointed out we messed up. What's 12,000 times 25%?
No, that's not
3,000. The 9,000 was what the insurance or your company pays, like your employer pays. So we're going to want to fix that. So that means this is not 9,000, that is 3,000. And I'll give you some time to keep working. I'm just going to come around and check on y'all. Let's do a quick check-in. You guys should be good on the first one. On the second one, do you guys need a little help or are you good?
Just a little bit.
Okay, how many weeks are in a year?
52.
Good, so that's your answer and there's really no work to show for that part. Okay, your medical premium, okay, for just the medical, how much is in a year? How much does your medical insurance cost a year?
5,950.
Okay, and then we want to get it down to how much for our weekly paycheck? Since we're talking about weekly paycheck, are we going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide with that 52?
Divide.
So we're going to say divide by 52 equals, so that's your work part, and then whatever you get goes here. Same idea for your vision, for your dental. Then you're going to get here how much each one of those costs. Then what are you going to do with those 3 to figure out how much you pay every week for everything?
You want to divide them too?
Add them.
How you want
Add, and you're going to put them here. So you're going to do medical plus dental plus vision equals, and then here's your answer. And if you put MDV, I'm going to not give you points because I want to see actual numbers. So I'll give you some time to work on that, yeah? All right, guys. Are we ready to discuss number 3? Hey, y'all. Let's look at number 3. How much is your copay when you go to an emergency room in network?
50.
Okay, so we're going to put $50 here, right? How much do you still have to pay?
70.
Well, how much is your emergency room visit?
Do 5,000.
Look at the directions.
6,220.
$6,249, and you just paid a copay of how much?
50.
So we're going to take $50 away. And how much is left?
6,230
No. 6,000 is right, but wouldn't it be $199? Okay. Is this more or less than your deductible? What's our annual deductible here?
and
300, right?
yeah.
So we don't need to pay that much. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this. You're going to have to pay, usually the copay doesn't count towards your deductible. So you're going to then have to pay $300. And then what the insurance pays is that $6,249 take away the 300. Usually copays don't count towards deductible. So how much would the insurance pay? In the 6,000, I think that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Should it be 49? As I reach for my phone. My phone's trying to tell me I have 500 things to do. I know.
Oh, yeah, it's 49.
Okay. Once you pay your deductible, okay? Once you pay this deductible, so you've already met your deductible with your first emergency room visit. You do not need to pay any more towards the deductible. That's it for the whole year. Doctor's visits, though, copays you still pay. How much does it cost to go to the doctor? What's your copay at the doctor?
30.
Okay. I'm trying to find it, but I'm blind.
10.
Specialist visit is 20. Oh, here. Gotcha. 10. Okay, so you'd pay $10 times 3, which is 30. Specialist visit was how much?
20.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the work. I want you to understand how this is working. We don't pay any more on deductible because you've already met it. You follow? But copay doesn't usually get involved in that. So how much did you pay total for all your copays that time? Add them up. 50 plus 30 plus 20. What's 20 plus 30?
That's 100.
Yeah, it's 100. How much did you pay in your deductible?
300.
How much did the insurance pay?
5,949.
There you go. What did you pay out of pocket total? You had to pay your deductible and your copay. So how much did you pay? I'm supposed to... What did the insurance pay? How much did the insurance pay, y'all? Good. Now that you've done this, okay, this is exactly what your quiz is going to be. I mean, it's going to be in a different format because I'm going to put it in Canvas so that it automatically grades. But if you can do this, you can do your quiz that I'm going to put together. Okay, we're just going to knock this out. You guys should be able to do this out of network one, no problem. Go ahead and knock that out. And then I'll come back together after I grade some more late work and we'll talk about how to do number 4 together, okay? Go ahead and knock it out. So over in number 4, we're using this plan because this is the one that the most of you selected. Most of you selected this because it's HSA eligible and it had a lower deductible than the other HSA plans. It also has a higher percentage that the insurance covers. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this benefits schedule to figure this out. So how much is my deductible for a year?
4,500.
4,500. How many months are in a year?
12.
So that's how much you're going to want to set aside to make sure that you can cover your deductible. Right? Because your deductible is what you pay before the insurance pays. What's the max contribution you can put in an HSA? This is not on this paper. You have to actually Google it up. Okay? So it's different per state per year. So max HSA contribution, let's go 2021 because that's the year we're in. And let's say, yeah, I'm looking for,
So what's the other pocket maximum?
good question. 36,000. Okay, so we're going to go to Give me 1 second and I'll look it up.
No, it says it right here. It said out-of-pocket maximum, so not for the HSA.
Does it not have it on here?
It does. I thought that was for the HSA.
Oh, good. So some things are counted towards deductible and some things are not. So for example, copays are not counted towards deductibles. So even with copays and everything, you can't pay, if you have insurance, you can't pay more than $6,900 with this plan out of pocket.
So that's not for your HSA.
No. So this is the most you're going to have to pay before the insurance covers stuff, but that doesn't cover your copays. So copays count as like a separate column from things that count as deductibles.
HSA covers copay,
HSA can cover your copay.
but out-of-pocket maximum is 10.
Yes, but what's the most that you can put in your HSA?
69,000?
3,600. And look at your deductibles higher than that. Does that make sense? Now you can still put more in the HSA, but you can't, it's not taxed right off after that. Only the first 3,600 are tax free, and after that you get taxed for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I actually do is I put the max in my HSA, and then I have a separate bank account that gets better interest than your HSA does anyways, that I use for things like that. Honestly, I just have an emergency fund that I use for stuff like that. All right, guys. If your annual checkup is basically $200, how much is your copay for that? Do you have a copay on here?
Yes.
Where is it?
No.
Copay and coinsurance are very similar. So let's look at coinsurance. How much is your
40%.
coinsurance? 40%. How do you find 40% of $199? Multiply or divide? Multiply by 40%, so 0.04. That's going to get you how much you pay. It should be about $80. $79.60. How much does the insurance pay? If you're paying 40, what's the insurance paying?
The insurance is paying
You paid 40%. What percent do they pay?
the other 6.
The other 60. So they would be paying you guys, I'm going to skip the doctor visit one because it's almost exactly the same, but I want to do the prescription with you because that one's confusing. So if the prescription's $15, outpatient, prescription jugs, this is the percentage that they pay. To just keep this simple, typically they pay, we're just going to pretend that it's the first number the whole time. That's not actually how it works, but these are based off of each individual prescription. It has a different amount that they cover, and it is not worth the time to look that up right now. So we're going to pretend that they cover 20% of whatever prescription is there. Does that make sense? Even though there's different percentages that they pay, we're going to pretend it's 20%. So we're going to go over to, if they pay 20%, what percentage am I paying? Good. So they're paying 20%, and I'm paying 80%. You guys should be able to do the math on that. Emergency room visit. Oof. If you can avoid it, go to the urgent care instead. It'll save you thousands of dollars. Emergency room, how much do I pay? $9.50, which goes towards deductible, and then 40%. Oh my freaking gosh. Anybody want to pay that? So I'm gonna let's break it down. So this is going to actually be 2 lines. First, you're going to pay $9.50. Then we're going to figure out how much is left. So if it cost $1,500 to go to the hospital, we're going to take you paid $950. We're going to take that off. How much is that? How much is still left in your hospital bill? Good. $550, and you're going to pay 40% of that. So another $220. Does that make sense? The insurance pays the other 60% of this amount that's left. So this is why HSAs are called high deductible plans, because you pay a lot out of pocket. I like HSAs because I'm pretty healthy and I almost never have to go to the doctor. But if you have medical concerns, I have some students who, pardon? Well, I have some students who have like diabetes, or some students who I've had multiple students who had heart transplants in the past. They have to go to the doctor all the time for those kinds of things. If you have medical conditions, an HSA is not the best plan for you. If you're pretty healthy, and you almost never need to go to the doctor, then it's a great option. Okay? And that's basically what you're going to be doing for all of these. And then we want to get this total. We want to see how much you'd be paying for all of these things. Now, granted, this would be a very bad year if you need to go to the doctor twice, checkup normal, doctor visit one time, getting a prescription from going to the doctor, pretty normal. But going to the ER, then needing to go to urgent care, then needing to go to the hospital for 5 days, that's pretty freaking bad. That's not good. That's a bad year, okay? So I'm going to give you some time to work on that, and I think that's it. Once you do that, we'll talk about the last two and give you some time.